Hello and welcome to the Z Hut. Today I would like to show you how you can make your own couplers and elbows for your PVC pipe. Now, when you go to your local home improvement store, hardware store, and you buy the PVC pipe, it's like a couple dollars for 10 feet of this stuff. But the couplers and the elbows, they're like 50 cents or better, and that's for the small sizes. Well, the thing is, you can make these yourself, and for the cost of the equipment, if you don't have it, you're still going to save money because all you're going to need is a heat gun. That's it. The other tool is just something we're going to make out of a piece of PVC pipe, and what I did is after I made it, I put a piece of tape on it so I'd remember. Now to make this super easy, you turn your heat gun on. Now I've already formed this one, but just imagine the heat gun's on. Just quickly heat up the very tip, and you want to just heat it so you can just barely, it's just starting to soften, and then kind of curl it a little bit on the inside of a pipe. What you want to do is just narrow it a little bit on the very end, not much at all. Then let that cool. Then what you do is decide, you know, how far in you want the couplers to couple onto the pipe, and then draw a line around there, and that's your mark. And that's the tool. So to make it, what we'll do is turn on the heat gun. Now I got a piece here I'm going to make a coupler out of. And you can make these whatever length. I mean, you can even take the full 10-foot piece and make the coupler on the end instead of having to make a separate coupler. I mean, it's a piece of cake, works the same way. So all right, I'm going to turn the heat gun on here and show you how to do this. It only takes it a moment to warm up. There we go. Now I only want to heat about the inch, the end, about 1 inch on the end, and keep turning it, and I'm keeping it about 1 inch above the heat, and I've got the heat gun turned on high. If it starts turning brown or yellow, bring it up a little bit and turn it a little faster. You'll see once it starts to heat up, the very end will start to mushroom a little bit. Almost there. All right, I think it's warm enough. Then what we do is use your forming tool, push that in, then put it back above the heat. Work it in a little more. There we go. Pull it out. Now we go and switch to our other end, the end that doesn't have the taper. We want to switch to the other end. Now we can turn the heat gun off. Now we just got to wait a minute and let this cool off. And look at that. Now we've got about 1 inch it's in there, and that's about what your normal couplers would connect. And this is a nice perfect fit. All right, it's cooled down. Okay, it's hardened up. It's still warm, but it's hardened up. As you can see, fits on there nice and tight. Now what we do is to finish making the coupler, I'll go ahead and do it again and show you on the other side. So once again, we want to heat up about 1 inch on the end. Oh, my heat gun's trying to run away on me here. Then we stick it in there, get it started, and then put it back above the heat. There we go. Now she's starting to form. Switch ends. Alright, it needs just a little more heat. It almost is in all the way. There we go. Let that cool for a moment. Just be careful you don't get it too soft. If you get it too soft, what'll happen is the pipe will start to stretch and tear. I probably did about 6 or 7 of these before I got the hang of doing it, and now I get it almost perfect every time. Very rarely I mess one up. It should be cooled off enough. Yep. Nice, perfect fit. Now, all that's left to do, well, I could have gotten that one to go in a little further, but it's still, that's about how much your regular couplers are. They don't go in an inch. I like to make mine, or the pipes join in a full inch. Your regular couplers you buy in the store don't go that far, but what I could do is I could heat this up now again, and then stick the former in it once more. And I actually probably will do that before I use this, but I think you get the idea how to do this. Very easy to do. I mean, this coupler right here, there's maybe 5 cents, 10 cents worth of PVC pipe. And if you would have went to the hardware store and actually to buy a long one like this, it probably would have been $1. For just your normal little coupler, the one that's about that long, just a straight coupler, they start at about 50 cents, 75 cents. So that's at my hardware store. Now, if you buy the contractor packs at like Menards and Home Depot, yes, they are cheaper. But I just don't see the need of buying those when you make them yourself. The only thing I have to buy are the tees, because those are kind of would be hard to make. Not worth the effort. But to make an elbow on this, what you do, and there's a bunch of videos, so I'm not going to show it. But what you do is you take and you put a spring that just fits in here, and you want to be a fairly stiff spring. Then you heat it up in the area you want to bend, usually about 2 inches on a piece like this, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And while you're heating it up, once it gets soft enough, then you bend it into the elbow that you need, whatever angle. And like I said, there's actually a ton of videos on YouTube here on how to bend the pipe, but I noticed there wasn't really much on how to make your own couplers. So, all right, well, I hope you found this information useful. You did. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it big time. So with that, I'll say have a great day, and remember, have fun building.